Fair use. Fair use.
Answers. One lawmaker is calling for a state of emergency, while another has an ominous theory about a foreign adversary. Here's CBS's Tom Hansen.
This is
Barakataya Hawa, Barakataya Hawa Shah, Barakataya Hawa, Barakataya Hawa Shah. All praises, glory, and honor goes to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakadash, Yahweh been the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shah been the name of His only begotten Son, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Now this UFO phenomenon that's going on is talked about all through the scriptures, and now these people finally admitting or regurgitating what the Israelites has already been telling them, that these are the chariots of the Most High. See, these vehicles, as one astronaut said, he don't like calling them nothing but vehicles, because it's people inside of the thing, and he done seen them step out of the vehicle and stand tall, and he said they look like African Americans. So this has been going on since the time of Moses, when he split the Red Sea. You had two chariots there leading the way, where the Israelites had to go across the Red Sea running from them Hamite Egyptians. Then you had Elijah and Elisha, chariots came between both of them, and then beamed up Elijah and took him into the heavens. You see, and then what you had, Yahweh Shah, they were looking at the this eastern star, this star in the east or some mess, and that was a chariot. See, the chariot's always been what you call it, always been around the nation of Israel and being seen by these humans. They had a story about Alexander the Great when he was fighting the Persians, that the chariots came and blew up the Persian wall, so the Greeks can come in there and take over. So it's all kind of stories in the scriptures about the chariots, especially in Ezekiel, because this is what everybody focusing on. How Ezekiel explained it, it was clear as day, a chariot. And the scriptures call it a chariot, so this is what we call it. When Elijah got beamed up, they said the chariot of Israel. Now let's get this Ezekiel, what everybody harping on. Now here in verse 4 it says, "And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding itself, and a brightness was about it." See, his fire, he describing the lights that's being seen as fire. He said, "And out of the midst thereof, as a color of amber, out of the midst of the fire." So he said it was a whirlwind out of the north. It was spinning like a hurricane, and it was a cloud. See, something that's big like a cloud in the sky, and that's moving around. Then he started describing the whole situation. I think in verse 16 or 20, he breaks it down in a small statement. Verse 20, he says, "Wheresoever the Spirit was to go, they went." See, meaning these what you would call it, vehicles that he was seeing. Whether there was spirit to go, and the wheel were lifted up over against them, for the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels. See, it's the vehicles of the angels. This is what's going on. And if anything is unexplainable in the sky, this is the explanation. Because there's no invention that these people done came up with that can't be explained. See, that's a mystery. See, they done created everything, man. Ain't nobody out there creating something that's defying gravity and all kind of scientific research that can't be explained. But the spirits and the creatures that was created by the Most High to have spiritual powers, and we call them angels. See, now this is in Isaiah 60 in verse 8. Look how he described these so-called clouds. He said, who are these that fly as a cloud and as the dove to their window? See, what is these things that's in the sky that's flying like a cloud? I think what is it? Not Isaiah. Is it Ezekiel 31? No, I'm thinking about Isaiah. Isaiah 31. How it worded this one, it says, verse 3, it says, and the Egyptians are men and not God, and their horses flesh. See, the creations of these people, the creatures or the creation of these mere humans, they are of flesh, they material. They can't move around like the angels. It says their horses flesh and not spirit. See, they ain't a spirit. See, a spirit can go up and down and do whatever. Look at verse 5. It says, as birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending also, he will deliver it, and passing over, he will preserve it. So just like that, Isaiah said, Isaiah 60, they like birds flying like the dove in the sky. See, and they flying up there like a cloud, and this is what's going to come and rescue the children of Israel. This is the vehicles of the angels and the rescue mechanism for the children of Israel. Now, Yahushua talked about this in Luke 21 and 25. He said, and there shall be signs in the sun, moon, and the stars. What is that talking about? Gonna be signs in the sky, letting these people know that they finna be destroyed. Saying, and upon the earth the stress of nations. See, something that's gonna stress out these nations. That's gonna have these nations stressed out. What is these flying objects? See, have them perplexed. They confused. They baffled. Then verse 26, it says, men's heart failing them for fear. See, it's going to be signs in the sky that's going to have these people talking about, I called the FBI and I called the National Security and the Defense Department, and they don't know what it is. They told me don't worry about it. See, and look how Yahushua said he coming. Verse 27, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud. See, they didn't have to say no cloud. But they putting the cloud out there because Ezekiel already told you that these things are like clouds. You go into let's see, Revelation. He tells you how the deliverance gonna pop off. He says, verse 12. He says, and they heard a great voice from heaven, saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud. See, they didn't say they ascended up to heaven and went through the clouds. No, they went in a cloud. They went inside of the cloud that Ezekiel was talking about. They went inside of the vehicle that these living creatures is inside of. Wherever the thing went, the living creature went right along with it because this is his vehicle. They just didn't know how to explain the situation. Well, we can understand it today. But this is why he said he gonna speak to them in parable. He gonna give us the understanding. Now, when you go to Habakkuk 3:8, I think it is, he says, was the Lord displeased with the rivers? Was there anger against the rivers? Was your wrath against the sea, that thou did ride upon your horses? See, this is what he called these military people who coming up with all these inventions. They horses are flesh. He says that thou did ride upon your horses and your chariots of salvation. See, these are chariots of salvation. These are chariots where the army of the Lord is going to come and fight these people. Look at verse 16. It says, when I held, my belly trembled. See, this is what these dragons and these heathens and Gentiles is doing, who got militaries ready to fight the Lord. They trembling. He said, my lips quivered at the voice, rottenness entered into my bones, and I trembled in myself that I might rest in the day of trouble. When he cometh up unto the people, he would invade them with his troops. See, he coming with troops, and them troops gonna have vehicles. When you go into Revelation 19 and 19, it says, and I saw the beasts and the kings of the earth and their armies. See, they are horses of flesh, gathered together to make war with him that sat on the horse. That horse is a mothership, UFO, and against his army. See, his army got ships they sell. This is why they had to move it Independence Day, because they know the whatever his name, Spielberg, and these small hat Jewish, so-called Jewish peoples, they know what's going on. The military got to tell them because they running the whole operation. So they know what's going on, and they making movies about the stuff. See, in the army of the Lord is going to be in these vehicles fighting these people. Look at Revelation 12 and 7. It says, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. So this is in the sky it's talking about. This is not talking about some angels fighting in the third heaven with the Lord. This is the first heaven. You got the first heaven, you got the second heaven, and the third heaven. See, they're not fighting in no third heaven. They fighting in the first heaven, which is the sky. When you go into the etymology of the word, if you got any kind of brain cells in your head still, after taking these people poison, the heaven means sky. See, and it started to transform the meaning when the Roman Catholic Church was assembled, and these people start pushing their false religion, their antichrist religion, and then it transformed into they fighting in the third heaven. No, this is the same army that had 10 kings. The 10 kings is the dragon. These 10 kings gonna be fighting Yahushua and his army, and they gonna be in they angels. That's why the blue angels is a bunch of planes. See, the blue angels is what they call these planes and jets that's flying around that they gonna be trying to fight the Lord with. But see, his machines are not flesh. See, his vehicles, Salaki, his vehicles is not flesh. His chariots is not flesh. They spirit, and they gonna run through these people like it's no tomorrow. Okay, let's see if I can run into another one. Let's see, talking about these chariots. I'm thinking Zechariah 5 is talking about one. It says in verse 5, then I saw and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll, the length of 20 cubits and the breadth of 10 cubits. See, this is what it's talking about. These flying objects that's coming to kick they behind for the rape, robbing, and murdering of the children of Israel. Okay. And so I just want to leave it there real quick, running through the scriptures, showing how these so-called drones, they want to call them a drone, are the chariots of the Lord. I'm going to leave it there. Shalom.